Hi, Aperture 101 kids. This is Dr. Callahan. Welcome to week 7, Thursday, for our lesson for Algebra 1, Semester 1. Go ahead and pause the video and start your warm-up block. You guys have 3 questions. Okay, so here are your answers, and it should be in this order. I hope you guys are wearing awesome masks. I saw this on Twitter, and it says mask protection efficiency. So I guess the KN95 masks are the most effective, followed by the surgical mask. And then you look at most of the masks that everybody else is wearing, like the sponge mask, which is comfortable, but it's not very protective in terms of the percentages. The cloth mask, I was shocked, it's like only 50-50. So yeah, kind of interesting. All right, to put things into perspective of where you should be in this class, this is week 7, Thursday. After this day is going to be week 7, Friday. After that, you guys have fall break. After fall break, you have week 8, week 9, and then this is the end of the quarter. At the end of the quarter, keep in mind that you have your 300 points, which is your warm-up block, in addition to your blue book check. So make sure you guys have those things ready to go. All right, I just want to go over this very briefly with you guys. It talks about list the domain. This was from last class's assignment. So this is week 7, Tuesdays. Because on Wednesday we took an assessment. So your domains are always going to be the first number. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your domain or your range is going to be the second one, which in this case is, oh, what's going on here? Sorry, I got something stuck on the screen. So when I'm writing on it, it's not working very easily. Let's try that again. Oh, stop. Okay, so 3, 5, 5, 1, and 7. Although the domain does repeat, it doesn't really matter because we don't care about so the range does repeat. We don't care about the range. Like for example, 5 and 5, because the range does not matter. As long as the domain doesn't repeat, it is a function. And yes, it's a function because x doesn't repeat. So go ahead and take a look at the rest of the answers here. All right, today we're going to talk about the input to find the output in a function, and then we're going to graph the linear equation. I have an individual algebra puzzle that I want you guys to work on. It says, what did the Spanish Explorer do to save gas? This is in your guided notes for week 7, Thursday. And then if you're in class, we'll be working on a square matching activity. And then I have a Quizlet flashcard for you guys to work on. And that's it. Okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and start off with this little activity in class. How did the Spanish Explorer save gas? Now, all of your answers are over here on the right side. You need to put your answers with the code on the bottom, and that should answer that question. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at number 1. With number 1, it says f of x equals 2x. That means whenever x is a number here, you're going to replace the x with like the number 5. So you do f of 5 equals 2 times 5, and that gives me 10. So then for number 26, you are going to find 10, which is right here. It's s, so on 26, we're going to put s. And our first point here is going to be at 5, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's your point. Next one. So I'm going to have 2 times 3, which is going to give me a 6. So 6 is right here. So at number 9, it's going to be t. Okay. And then 3, 6. Just right there somewhere. 2 times 0 is 0. So that is 3. 3 is e. So then 0, 0. 2 times -1 is a -2. That's D, which is 21 is going to be D. And that's at -1, 2. And then 2 times -5 is -10. That's letter H. Number 15 is H as in happy. -5, 10. If you go ahead and connect the dots to this problem, here is your line with 5 points. All right, let's go on to the next one. Let's go ahead and do number 3. I'm gonna have you guys try number 2, but I'm gonna show you guys number 3. But number 3 is the same thing. So here you have f of the first letter number is -2. -3 times -2, which is gonna give you a 6. So -2, 6. Right there. So -6 is gonna be in, and that is going to be at 1. Okay, my pen just stopped working. Oh, for crying out loud, stop it. Anyways, you can put in here somewhere. My pen is not working very well. Anyways, let's try the next one. -2. Okay, this is not working. Darn technology. Come on. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to just end this. Let's try this one more time. So I have 1 right here. And 2. Okay, and then I'm gonna do number 3. You know what, I might skip this one here. Let's go ahead and do number 4 instead. We'll do number 4, and I think let's do number 5. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, let's do that. And hopefully this time, my pen will work. Okay, or maybe it won't work. Jeez. Okay, so let's hope that my pen is now working, or maybe not, because it doesn't seem like it's working. Goodness gracious, what is wrong with this? Okay, there it goes. This is so annoying. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's continue with this. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over, I don't even remember what we're going over. Let's go over number 4. When x is 7, you have a -2 times 7 plus 4. -2 times 7 is -14, plus 4 is a -10. So you're gonna go to 7, go all the way down to 10. Okay, then you have 5. -2 times 5 is a -10. -10 plus 4 is a -6. 5, -6. So 5 is right here, all the way down to -6. 2, so you're gonna have -2 times 2, which is a -4, but then don't forget your 4, which is a 0. So add 2, it is at 0. And then when it is at 0, 2 times x is 0. 0 plus 4 is just 4. So then 0 up to 4. And then -2 times 1, or -1, is a -2, or +2, sorry, +2. And then plus 4, which is a 6. -1, 6. Connect your dots, and that is your line. Let's try one more. Let's give number 5 a try. For number 5, x is going to be -2. So you have 1 plus 5 times -2. That is a 1 minus 10, which is a negative 9. So at negative 2, you go all the way down to negative 9. Then negative 1. 5 times negative 1 is a negative 5. 1 minus 5 is a negative 4. So at negative 1, go all the way down to negative 4. 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. So at 0, you go up to 1. 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 1 times 10 is 11. So 2, go all the way up to 11. Connect your dots. I want you guys to continue with this for number 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8, and then make sure you guys fill out your puzzle right here. I'm going to go over more with you guys. Let's do number 7. For number 7, if x is negative 5, you have a negative 8, negative 8 minus 5, which is a positive 8 minus 5, which is a 3. So you go negative 8, 3. So go all the way over here, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then positive 3. When x is a negative 5, you have a negative 5, which is a positive 5, minus 5 is a 0. So at negative 5, it is 0. Excuse me. When 0 is for x, you have 0 minus 5, which is a negative 5. When it's 1, it's a negative 5, or excuse me, negative 1 minus 5, which is a negative 6. Connect your dots, and that is your graph. All right, so make sure you guys complete this. And I'm going to talk a little bit about today's stuff, okay? Right now, take a look at this screen. Show me why it's a function or not a function. You should say that the first one is a function because if you go ahead and draw a vertical line test, each of these points here, it only touches the line once. One time, one time, one time, one time. Second one is not a function because if I draw a straight line, guess what? It touches that same line twice. So it's not a function. Third graph, it is a function because it only touches it once. Fourth line, it is a function because if I draw a line, touches the graph once, touches the graph once. Okay, so recall your basic definition for a relation. A relation is a set of ordered pairs. In this example, you can tell whether it's going to be a function or not by determining the domain. Does the domain repeat? It does not repeat, so yes, it is a function. What about this one? What are the domains? And does it repeat? Yes, it does repeat. Do you see with the vertical line test? Touches this graph twice, so no, it's not a function. What about this one? Take a look at this one here. What about the following two? Which one is a function and which one is not a function? The first one that I'm circling are the domains and they do not repeat, so they are a function. It is a function. The second one, if you take at the domains, 5 and 5 repeat, so it is not a function. In terms of mapping, looking at this mapping with the lines, is this one a function? Yes, because your domains are 2, 4, and 7, and it is not repeating. What about this one? This one, you have 2 used twice. So your domains have 2 2s. So in this case, it is repeating, and x is not a function. Take a look at these 3 graphs. Which one is a function according to the vertical line test? If I draw a line right here, so far it's a function. There's only one point that's touching. But if I draw the line over here, 1, 2, 3, therefore it's not a function. What about number 2? If I draw a line it only touches it once. If I move that line and I put another line here, still just 1 point. If I do it over here, still just 1 point. I can say it's a function. For number 3, so far in the beginning, it is a function, it's just 1 point. But then if I move it over a little bit over to the right, it touches at 3 points, so it's not a function. Same thing with number 1, if I draw a straight line, just 1 point. But if I move it a little bit to the left, it's touching in at 3 different points right here, so it's not a function. What about this one? Is it a function? Visually, you can see the line is going to be touching this at 2 different points, so it's not a function. All right, you guys, that is about it. I hope you guys take this time to go ahead and finish your algebra puzzle. So make sure you guys are working on this. You should have this part completed with how did the Spanish explorer save gas. When you're done with that, go ahead and start practicing with these ones over here. And lastly, I'm going to give you guys the answer so you can take a look at your algebra puzzle and check. All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.